Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the concept of Ohm's law. Before the discussion of concept of Ohm's law, I would like to explain the example regarding the explanation of Ohm's law. I am considering again two cases. So you can see here, this is the one setup and that is another setup. Here I am considering the thickness of this pipe is, for example, T1 is equals to constant. In this case, the thickness T2 is equals to varied, and here height is equals to varied, and in this case the height is equals to so we can discuss the concept regarding Ohm's law. So, as we can see last class, if the potential difference is more, obviously the current in the circuit also increases. In terms of height, if the height difference is more, obviously the flow of water also more. This is the main theme of this diagram. So, the flow of water is obviously directly proportional to the height difference. That is, a flow of water is directly proportional to the height difference between the two containers. Keeping thinness of pipe constant, that is T1 is equals to constant. If the thinness of this pipe is constant, the flow of water is directly proportional to the height difference between these two containers. Then only this condition is applicable, keeping T1 constant. In this case, for example, what will happen when we make pipe thinner? What will happen when we make pipe thinner? Obviously, compared to this case, the thinness of the pipe increases. In this case, like this, but in this case the thinness of the pipe increases, more thinner than this case, more thinner than this case. What about the flow of water? The flow of water should be slower than this case. Obviously, the flow of water in this case through this pipe obviously slower than this case. No, flow of water slower than the case 1. Only when what? Only when height is equals to constant. This height is equals to constant, then only the flow of water slower than the case 1. If you make the pipe more thinner, the thinner the pipe, lesser the flow of water. Thinner the pipe, lesser the flow of water. Means what? This flow of water is inversely proportional to the thickness. If it is more, the thinness of the pipe is more, the flow of water should be less. No, keeping equals to h is equals to constant, keeping height is equals to constant. For example, this is 1, this is 2. From 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, f is proportional to height divided by thickness. From 1 and 2, f is proportional to height by thickness. That is, f is equals to h by t. In this case, ignoring constants, So, this flow of water is directly proportional to the height difference between the containers and inversely proportional to the thickness of the pipe. So, in this case, the height is varied, depends upon the height difference, the flow of water should be there, but keeping thickness of the pipe is constant. But in this case, this height is constant, we are going to fix that height is constant, but the thickness of the pipe is varied, depends upon the variation of the thickness of the pipe, there is a water flow, whether it is speed or slower than this case. So, this phenomenon is obviously related to that what concept of Ohm's law. We will discuss that. See, from this case 1 and case 2, we concluded that what f proportional to h by t, which is equals to h by t ignoring all constant. In order to eliminate this constant of proportionality, we are introducing some constant now, but I am ignoring constant. This is the basic formula, f is equals to h by t. I will write the conclusions here. H by t. F proportional to h, f proportional to 1 by t, f is equal to h by t. Those are the conclusions. I am considering a conductor. This is the conductor. This is the conductor. I want the current to flow through this conductor. I want the current to flow through this conductor. So, in order to make the current through this conductor, what I have to do? We are providing some potential difference across this conductor. How we can arrange the potential difference? We can arrange the potential difference by providing some external agent. This is for example, battery or cell. If you are providing battery, so one terminal of this battery, one terminal of the battery connected to like this and other terminal is connected to like this. We are connected that battery across this conductor. Okay. So, battery can be represented like this. one terminal should be higher than the other terminal. The terminal which is higher than the other is nothing but positive terminal. The terminal which is lower than the other terminal is nothing but negative terminal. This is nothing but supply voltage. This is nothing but battery supply voltage. So, we are connected this positive terminal to this one side of the conductor, and we are connecting this another terminal to this another side of this conductor. So, because of this supply voltage, there is a current through this conductor. In this case, for example, I have conductor, I have battery. Is there any current through this conductor? Obviously, no. When there is a connection, then only there is a current through this conductor. In order to flow the current, obviously, there is a loop in the circuit. Obviously, there is a loop in the circuit. Then only the current will have the tendency to move from this side to this side. So, from this case, the circuit is clear, the circuit is closed now. So, one terminal is connected to here, positive terminal, and negative terminal is connected to here. Obviously, the current is traveling through this conductor. As we all know that because of the supply voltage, the electrons which are present in the conductor are opposing in nature with respect to this negative terminal, no? Negative terminal. So, obviously, the electrons direction is from negative to positive, electrons direction. As we all know that if the direction of the electrons from negative to positive, then the current direction is opposite to that of electrons direction. No? Then the current direction is like this, and the current direction is like this, from positive to negative. Means what? Always current flows from high potential point to low potential point. Always current prefers from high potential point to low potential. From this conclusion, this is the point. But I want to change the current through this conductor. How we can make it? I want to change the current through this conductor. How we can make it? How we can change that current? By changing the supply voltage. No? By changing the supply voltage only we can change the value of current through this conductor. How we can change the supply voltage? Simply we can add the number of batteries, or by changing the value of the supply voltage by external agent. That is why this can be like this. This symbol represents what? There is a variable supply voltage. This notation is nothing but variable supply voltage. So, by changing the value of the supply voltage like this, by using knob 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, with respect to that value, the corresponding current value should change. No? So, the value of current is changes in accordance with the supply voltage, in accordance with the supply voltage. As we all know that this current is what? Drift velocity. Drift velocity, which is the effect of what? Relaxation time, which is the effect of temperature. If the temperature changes, relaxation time changes, then drift velocity changes, obviously current will changes. That is, if temperature changes, the circuit, then the value of current changes. So, by changing the value of temperature, obviously the current has to be changed, no. If the effect of temperature is there, this current is not changes according with what? Supply voltage. So, because of this effect, because of this effect, Ohm put a condition that keeping all physical conditions like temperature, pressure should be constant, then only the current is directly proportional to the supply voltage. Then only the current follows the supply voltage. Keeping temperature and pressure, then only the value of current is directly proportional to the potential difference. I proportional to potential difference. Then we can write the statement of Ohm's law. In a conductor, keeping all physical conditions are kept constant. In a conductor, keeping all physical conditions are kept constant. All physical conditions you have to write like temperature and pressure are kept constant, then the value of current is directly proportional to the potential difference across it, potential difference across the conductor. This temperature and pressure are kept constant. For example, if you write in the exam without writing this, like temperature and pressure are constant, if there is no term in the exam paper, obviously this statement is not valid. For example, in a conductor, the current is directly proportional to the potential difference across it. This is Ohm's law. If you wrote like this, obviously that statement is not valid, totally wrong. You have to write keeping temperature is constant, that is must and should line. So, this is the statement for Ohm's law, that is I proportional to V. Of course, it is V proportional to I, but this is appropriate because the current value changes with respect to what? Potential difference. No? By changing the value of V, we can change the value of current. If it is 1 volt, 1 amp, 2 volt, 2 amp, 3 volt, 3 amp, keeping physical conditions constant. At that condition only, this statement is valid. So, which can be analogous form to what? This form, no? S proportional to H. F proportional to H, I proportional to V. The height difference makes water flow, potential difference makes current flow. Clear? So, that is the analogous form to what? F proportional to H. Keeping thinness of the pipe is constant. Here, I proportional to V. We are making which quantity constant? We are making Which quantity is constant? That is I is equals to V by R. We are making R is constant. R is constant of proportionality. Then only I is equals to I proportional to V. I proportional to V. So, coming to the second case, F proportional to 1 by T, that is making V is constant, that current is inversely proportional to R. Clear, no? Keeping V is constant, I is inversely proportional to R. We can discuss. Second, for example, I is equals to V by R. If, for example, this is constant. Second case, obviously, I is inversely proportional to R, no? Resistance, which means what? If the value of resistance is more, the value of current is less. If the value of thinness of the pipe is more, the flow of water should be less through that pipe, no? The same case should be applicable here. So, this is analogous form to case 1 and this is analogous form to case 2. In simple example, if you are riding the bike on the road, our speed of the bike should be totally depends upon what? The density of people which are walking on the road. If there are no people on the road, our speed of the bike should be obviously increase, no? So, depends upon the people on the road, our speed of the bike should be depends. So, for these are nothing but peoples. If number of peoples on the road are increases, obviously the speed of the bike should be decreases. If the more the value of resistance, lesser will be the value of current. More the thinness of the pipe, lesser will be the flow of water. That is the thing. So, this is the case. Here R is nothing but what? A resistance which is characteristic of conductor only. Characteristic of conductor only. So, this is about Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? In a conductor, the current is always directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor, keeping temperature and pressure are kept constant. Then only this statement is valid. So, in this case, I proportional to V, I equals to V by R, R is constant. No, for this, the graph is like this. No, this is current, this is voltage. Then the graph is like this, linear. The current is changes accordingly with the supply voltage, keeping R is equals to constant. Keeping R is equals to constant. For this case, with respect to I and R, hyperbola. Hyperbola. If the value of R is increases, the value of current is decreases. For example, this is R, this is I. The value of R is increases, for example, it is high. Gradually, the current value is like this. R is increases, current is like this. The more the value of R, lesser will be the value of current. Lesser will be the value of current. Hyperbola. In this case, V is equals to constant. V is equals to constant. This is about Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? This is Ohm's law. This is Ohm's law. I proportional to V is nothing but Ohm's law. Then what are the applications of Ohm's law? Then the applications of Ohm's law. We are using domestic fans. The speed of the fan should be totally depends upon what? The current through that coils in that fan. The current in that fan should be totally depends upon what? Resistance, which is regulated by the regulator, or in electrical fuse. We have fuse, no? What is the So, coming to the applications of Ohm's law in domestic fans. In domestic, the speed of the fan should be totally depends upon what? The current which is present in the coils, which is regulated by the resistance by using of a regulator. And in case of fuses, the current in that fuse can be regulated by what? Resistance. The total control parameter is nothing but resistance only. And in the case of electrical kettles, the heating element in that electric kettle is totally followed by that Ohm's law. So, these are the basic applications of Ohm's law: domestic fans, electrical kettles, electrical heaters, and fuse. And next I am considering one example. A potential difference Again one example. volts is applied across a resistor of 12 ohms. Then the value of current through the resistor. So, a potential difference of 24 volts is applied across a resistor of 12 ohms. Then the value of current, that is, so this is 24 volts and this is the resistor. What we have to do? Just we have to connect this and this. We have to calculate the value of current through this resistor. That is the meaning. This is what? 12 volts. According to Ohm's law, I proportional to V. I proportional to V. That is, I is equals to V by R. From this, I is equals to what? 24 by 12, which is equals to 2 amps. 24 by 2 amps. For example, the value of this supply voltage should be changes to 48 volts. Should be equals to 48 volts. Then the value of current should be equals to what? 48 by 12, which is equals to 4 amps. Keeping R is constant, no? First case, keeping R is constant. If it is 36 volts, I is equals to 36 by 12, 3 amps. So, for 24 volts, 2 amps, for 36 volts, 3 amps, for 48 volts, 4 amps. Linear increasing, no? Linear combination of graph. So, that is about Ohm's law.